The first project has been the Book of African Records. Some of you might have heard or read that book. It's a book that celebrates Africans who have broken records in their respective fields. From Cape to Cairo, we document the stories and we celebrate those stories. As an example, we celebrate Gracia Machel for being the first lady to marry 2 different heads of state in one lifetime. That's the record. So you find that in that book there are athletes, there are engineers, there are business people, socialites, comedians, and all kinds of people are documented in that book. So maybe in the field, if you have heard the longest radio show and you want us to document that, fine, we can do that and document and celebrate it. Okay. Then the second project is the Africa Platform. Wow. This is a book for pages. It's a book we put together to demystify myths that have been pushed out there about Africa and Africans. So in that book, I'll challenge you, open any random page, and read us anything that's written at the base in gray. Right?
If a trial concerns the forest, don't take a monkey as a judge.
That's African wisdom. Yeah, let's take 2 more. 2 more.
The squirrel does not talk back to the elephant.
The squirrel does not talk back to the elephant. Right?
I own a cow in heaven, but I cannot drink her milk.
Yeah.
I am tangibly happy.
And why do I have to actually some of the ideas that we also have to exchange the content. So we can actually have actually around such knowledge, such statements, such wisdom, and then we can package it. We can collaborate and exchange content. That's what we have to do. So what we are saying about this book is we give each African country an opportunity to talk about themselves. So every country is documented in that book, every African country. Okay, they talk about themselves. Like if the Egyptians think that the misrepresentation about the pyramids, they correct the narrative. If the Zimbabweans think that the great Zimbabwean wins, they misrepresented the Zimbabweans correct that narrative. So that's the purpose of this book. It took us about 3.5 months to put that book together. We collected a number of researchers from the continent, crossed the million room in Victoria Falls, and then we asked them to document the African story, and then they came up with that publication. Yes. Then our third project is the Museum of African Liberation, which is where you are today. The Museum of African Liberation is an idea that we pitched at AU and say there is a gap in as far as documenting the story of the African liberation is concerned. Let's come up with a project that captures all the different African stories in as far as the journey to modern day Africa is concerned. Right. And then, of course, AU endorsed the idea and they gave us mandate to host the museum. So, for your information, the Museum of African Liberation is not a Zimbabwean project. It's a continental project located in Harare, Zimbabwe. So, as Zimbabweans, we take pride in that. Confidence that Africa is written in us, so we say Taka Pinga. is a trunk that was used by Comrade Leopold Takawira when he was in prison. He used this trunk to keep his personal belongings. The family also gave us his radio. That's what he used to listen to current affairs and get to know what's happening in the land. The family also gave us this. This is the camera that Leopold Takawira used to document their activities during the Liberation War.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sure we can sell it to your teacher guy. He can use this one.
How much we can't afford it?
You had to cost you a couple of millions. Yeah. Right. The family also gave us the Ratu, Osho, and the Rosary, which tell us what they believed in during the Liberation War. So there's an element of African traditional religion and Christianity. Then this television set here was Comrade Innocent Kala's television set. Right. Remember, our nationalists used to stay in Highfields. So they will gather at one house to discuss and plan the Liberation War. So whenever they were raided, they will quickly hide their notebooks and say, we're not doing anything, we're watching television. So it was used as a decoy, and yet they were planning to execute the Liberation War. So this was Comrade Innocent Kala's television set. Then coming over here is a collection of pictures or artifacts from the Joshua Nkomo Foundation. This picture was taken in Zambia at a refugee camp. This is the former Vice President Comrade Nkomo with the former President of Zambia, Kenneth Kaunda, our former Vice President, Comrade Joseph Musika. This suit that Comrade Nkomo was putting on this particular day is that one there. We're framed. Wow.
That's the point to say why.
A collection of more artifacts from the Joshua Nkomo Foundation. They gave us his pair of shoes. You can see the man was big, eh?
Size what?
Yeah, this must be size 10, if not 11. They gave us his famous animal skin hat. As you can see on that picture there, that was his trademark look. They gave us his personal rifle and a pair of his walking sticks. That was his trademark look as well. He always had a walking stick on him. Right. And they gave us his diplomatic passport, his Liberation Hero membership card, and his first cell phone handset, a Nokia 1610. This cassette recorder was used as a communication tool. What they didn't want to write letters back and forth because letters risked being intercepted. So they would rather record voice, and the cassette is then smuggled back and forth, back and forth. People on the other side will play back, listen, and record their own feedback, and then the cassette is smuggled back. So it was used as a spy tool. This is the late former Vice President Comrade Simon Mzenda, the former late President Comrade Mugabe, the former Vice President Comrade Nkomo, and who is this one?
No, that is the HE.
That's Comrade Ed Mnangagwa without the scarf. Without the scarf. We have a scarf. When was it? That's our current president. Yeah. So they were on the dance floor enjoying our first year independence anniversary. 1981. Yeah, this picture is 1981. Yes, yeah, that suit there is this one. Then this here is a collection of artifacts from Comrade Simon Mzenda family. Right? Remember, he was a carpenter before he went into active politics. So they gave us his first hacksaw. They gave us one of his shirts and a few walking sticks and half moons. This walking stick is actually branded in there. He had it engraved and personalized. This is a copy of the letter our president is dispatching to different heads of states, advising or inviting them to participate in this museum project. So this is a copy that was sent to President Kenyatta of Kenya. So our president's signature and the seal there, and there's an official communication now. He's inviting other heads of state to be involved in the museum. Yes. Right. This picture was taken in 1964 at Gwenakudzingwa. You might have heard about Gwenakudzingwa. Gwenakudzingwa was not really a prison as it were. It was a halfway place where they would put you just to discommunicate you from your normal society and not necessarily put you in prison. So it was a detention center. So this is Comrade Komo with the former minister, the late minister of, Deputy Minister of Education, Dr. Skanson Dovu. And this one, yes, Josiah Shinamano is not popular, it's not well documented on pictures. Very few people know Josiah Shinamano, but you know the streets. Yes, yeah, that's him there. That's him there. Yes. Yeah, he is not well documented. Yeah, I don't know why, or maybe it was camera shy. Yeah. Drums that were used to advise villagers that the enemy is approaching. So now take cover, find a hiding place. So, and later on, this set of drums went on to be the trademark ZBC news jingle. Right, this is the set of drums that actually produced that music. And then a few artifacts here. One of them that he would wear these on his arms, and then while he's playing the drum, this will be rattling. Yes. And then these planks, that's what we understand that they will be played like this. And then, of course, these are the artifacts, I mean, the regalia that they used to put on while they were doing the recording of the ZBC News Bulletin intro. Then finally, or not finally, this shirt here belongs to the late Joshua Nkomo. They call them the freedom shirts. As you can see, that's him sitting on the extreme right, putting on a different shirt with white pockets. This one has black pockets. We always argue that Comrade Nkomo inspired Comrade Mandela on this shirt. Then the last set of artifacts is this. There's a Zephyr and there's a Uno. Everyone knows the car manufacturer.
You know it's a Fiat.
Yeah. So that's
Bob, I drive a
yes. These were not part of the motorcade.
I drive a
yes. These were his personal cars.
Was it before or after independence?
Before independence. Yeah, these are his personal cars. Before independence. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, teachers' cars.
Teachers' cars.
Was suppressed, but in a way we are now saying let's rewrite the story of Africa, and we led by example as Instack in wrote the Africa Fact Book, which is a narration of the African narrative, African history from an African perspective. So when you go up and go down,
are they actually 500 states?
They are 500.
I want to come
Deliberate 500.
Next time.
Why not?
Because it will take us something like 1 hour to go there.
Yes.
500. I don't know, but the concept behind the zebra is because we're in partnership with the parks in Australia, so we're trying to get either these animals or
Welcome to our mobile museum. Our concept is that if people can come to the museum, take the museum to the people.
Wow.
So we bought this normal truck from a regular car dealer. We mounted solar panels on top, and we mounted 4 big touch screens on one side and 4 tablets on the other side. And then we populated these screens with digital content. So in other words, it's a digital museum. So what we did then is to curate content in digital form. So you have an option to read text, or watch a video, right? We put together different topics. Like this person, the last person came here and read inventions by blacks under slavery. Do you know that the combined harvester is your idea?
No, it's expensive.
Yeah, you should be making money out of it. Yes. Do you know like the traffic lights are your idea?
Yes.
Black person's idea.
Traffic lights.
So this content now talks about that, to say inventions that were created by blacks under slavery, but of course they didn't get due credit or benefit out of their inventions. And most of the agricultural implements that we see today were invented by blacks. Why? Because they were working hard in the fields. So they would then think of ways to make their own lives easier. And then they would invent machinery and equipment. Yeah. So this now talks about those inventions. It's a listing of inventions, but the last person who watched this video was talking about the origins of the Africans, I mean the black people. Right. Let me demonstrate this one. Topics, I want to share with you the topics that are loaded here. This one is the history of black people. It talks about the origins of people of a dark pigmentation and even our migration to different territories around the globe and how the black skin then influenced other races. Yeah. This one is inventions by blacks under slavery, the video format. This one is black skin color a disadvantage. It narrates the benefits of having a dark skin. This one is the slave trade. This one is museum introduction, legends of Chimurenga, Tanzania's contribution to the liberation of Africa, the African origins of major religions, the reason for Europe to colonize Africa, then the role of Christianity in colonization. By the way, Christianity was not bad, right? Yeah, just to demystify that thought. Yeah. But here, this video talks about the role of Christianity in colonization. Then the rise of African nationalism. Then why was the liberation concentrated in Southern Africa? As you have noticed, North African countries attained their liberation earlier than countries on the South. Yes. Why? It's explained in that video.
It's a beautiful country.
Yes, one of them.
Mineral rich.
That's another reason. Climate, another reason. Fertile agricultural land. So those reasons are then tabulated and presented on why Southern African countries took time or took longer to get their liberation, because the guys wouldn't let go.
So can we link these to our website?
Yes, you can. Yeah, and we've loaded this content on our Facebook page, Museum of African Liberation. Yeah, so you can actually watch these at leisure without any restrictions. Yeah, like this one was written, the African origins of major world religions. So we are saying this content is available. We take this track to any public event, to schools, or anywhere where people may want to benefit from this content. The other day, our team spent a week in the Midlands. They were invited by the Midlands History Society. They were moving from one school to another.
Could you bring it to Star FM?
Sorry?
Could you bring it to Star FM?
Anytime. So when we're having our groundbreaking ceremony, our president raised this Zimbabwean flag and planted this tree. Then the Algerian ambassador raised that flag and planted that tree. So in similar fashion, all the ambassadors based in Zimbabwe raised their respective national flags and planted their trees. Yes, Angola, flag.
Which ones are missing?
Yes, there's no African flag missing. There's no African tree missing. All the ambassadors planted their respective trees. Ndebele huts have artistic graphics that they put on the wall. So our consultants are working on that. They are also adding this feature. Remember, there is always an enclosure leading into a Ndebele hut. Right. So our concept is to give people an opportunity to have the contact or experience our rural settings. We have our children these days who are urbanites, who may not have an experience of going Kumusha. Yeah, so they'll come here, go inside and learn different features that are found in African huts. You can rent this building for a board meeting. If you want to have an off-site board meeting, you can come and have a meeting here. You tell us how many chairs you want. We set it up. Do you want your food in there or you want your food served in the gazebos? It will be your call.
Where do you park? Where we park?
That side. Yeah, you can park. Then these houses can also be, we're blasting some rocks on that side. They are doing our tennis. They're going to take down And then Diana tell us about the master plan and where we are. We came through this way, we turned left, another left, and we drove in. So we are somewhere here now.
This is where we are. We started walk from here. This is the museum part. This is our top side. This is the peak where the cable car will run from. And this is where our offices will be. This is Zimbabwe Defense Forces.
Where that monument?
Monument site will be.
This is Samora.
Yes, this is Samora and this is Golden Quarry. The shopping mall. So you were at this point when the service station. And this is going to be an amusement park, and then animal park, and then the Stardust Square where you were, you park to. So this is the Stardust Square. So basically, the leisure garden. Hospital, we want to put a medical center here. That is the Swim Heritage Village and the Liberation City, and then the residential village. However, we might change them from being residential village to just middle income village for accommodation. Yes. Overnight
But all the same, it was fun having you guys. Please let this not be the last time. Right? This is your home. You are part of us. In fact, you are one of our stakeholders. So Star FM, please, let's keep the conversation going. Right. Thank you so much. Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Team Star FM, thank you.
Thank you.